Well, our moms think we're funny.
Hey everyone, I'm Acomi.
Hey everyone, this is Turk182.
Welcome to another episode of Our Moms Think We're Funny.
Yep. We do another one of our big recording weekends, having a lot of fun so far.
Yeah, been productive as all hell.
Yeah, we have been. And unlike some of our other sessions where we're super productive, but we don't really have a chance to really kind of like decompress, we've actually had time to decompress and be productive. I wish we could do all of our sessions like this.
Yeah. Well, I think now that we've figured out that we can, make episodes out of reviewing the movies that we watch,
yeah,
I think that helps a lot.
Yeah, I would agree.
Because before any time that we would like stop to watch a movie, it's like, God, we should be making content right now. Oh, this is so stressful. And now it's like, oh no, we'll talk about this afterwards and make an episode out of it. And it works.
Sometimes.
Sometimes, yeah.
Right.
There's some we won't touch, but
yeah, like the one we well, not the one we just watched, but yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, so Turk, what are we talking about today?
I'm sorry. My responses are limited. You must ask the right question.
What is today's topic for the podcast?
I'm sorry. My responses are limited. You must ask the right questions.
Do you want me to take over from here so that I can talk about what we're talking about today?
You can take over.
Okay. Yeah, so today we decided to talk about what supervillain we would be content to live under. Supposing that like they succeeded and took over and ruled the world, which one do you think you'd find to be relatively tolerable to live under?
That's a really good question.
Yeah, it was your idea.
So, okay. As we've talked before about, who, like in comic villains, like who could rule the world, who would do a good job of ruling the world, and that kind of stuff. Mm-hmm. I always end up gravitating, or not gravitating, but I always end up just saying, Dr. Doom.
Yeah, totally.
Which is completely true. Except, I don't think I would actually want to live in a world run by Dr. Doom.
I haven't seen that comic that you and Wallcrawler always talk about, where he sees what it would be like if he ruled the world and it's good.
Well, I mean, he's done it. He's done it a few times in different things, where, like, even Secret Wars, he had the power to kind of rule the world, right, and then in Secret Wars 3, kind of the same thing. But like just because of who he is, and basically we also based a lot of that off of his
the country that he runs,
right, how well he runs Latveria. So with that in mind, like, okay, I can I see how he runs that, and people seem relatively happy and so on. But I don't know if I would want to live like the way I'm living now. Mm-hmm. That would not be the kind of life I would have living under Doom.
Right.
So I'm like, I don't know if I'd want to do that. But at the same time, though, like everything I'd be giving up versus what I'd be getting, maybe it'd be okay. I don't know.
Maybe. It crossed my mind that, like, Ozymandias.
Oh,
because things are relatively utopian under him, and his motivation is for the good of humanity, but at the same time, it's like that. There's a lot about the Watchmen world that I would not want to live in.
So the one thing about that I would question is he really ruling the world?
I mean, everybody wants to rule the world.
But I mean, I know he's setting it up to be what it is, but is he actually the one ruling it?
I guess technically not, no.
But I mean, I see what you're going for though, like,
right.
Because he manipulated the world to be a certain way,
right,
so that the rulers would then respond the way he wants them to.
Yeah, I feel like it's this situation where, like, all the world leaders are still there, and they think that they're doing things their way, but they're still playing exactly into his hand.
Okay, I can see that. And then he's probably still the subtle manipulation from behind the scenes is probably still his. Yeah. So I'll go with that. Would I want to live?
Oh, shit. Come the fuck on. So,
okay.
We'll cut that.
No, wait, are you really going to cut it?
I'll try to remember.
In other words, I'll have to remember to cut it. Okay, gotcha. But knowing you, what you'll do is you'll purposely send it to me like 2 hours before I have to post, and I won't have time to listen to it and cut it.
I never do that on purpose. It just seems like it.
I kind of want to watch this movie, Devil's Express. A martial arts master takes on an evil demon that haunts the New York City subways.
That'd be pretty cool.
1976. I mean, I know it's going to be horrible, but God, I want to watch this.
But yeah, so Ozymandias, yeah, I could see it. You know, it wouldn't be super different, but I don't want to live in the world of the Watchmen.
I'm curious about what kind of food they actually serve at Gunga Diner.
I don't know if that'd be worth like living in that world, but it would be interesting to find out.
So what's wrong with that world, though? What's wrong with that world that you say you wouldn't want to live in it?
It seems like the crime is worse, and it seems like the government's worse.
Well, the government's being taken care of by Ozymandias now.
Well, there's that.
Now, the crime should be starting to... Because now, people have more of a focus.
That's true, yeah, because things were, like, really, really great in, like, the prologue when you see Dan and,
Laurie?
Laurie. Yeah, Dan and Laurie on the run. So, I mean, maybe it would be all fine.
Well, I was going to say, so I think the other thing that contributes to that world looking so chaotic is that, they are also, was it 30 Seconds to Midnight or something like that? Or, so, I mean, they are on the brink, huh?
Yeah, the Doomsday Clock thing.
Yeah, so they are on the brink of just, the end of life as you know it. So everybody's just on edge and things don't really matter that much to anybody.
Yeah.
It's almost like people are going through the motions of being alive, except for, like people like the Knot Tops are like, hey, this is our time to shine and act like complete assholes.
Yeah, fuck the Knot Tops, man.
So, so you've got sustainable energy. Mm-hmm. I think our carbon footprint is really low there because you see like the little energy, like the little, plugs, like power stations, like the little, almost like a fire hydrant
like
there.
All the electric vehicles and stuff.
Right. So you've got that there. I mean, people seem to, it's, well, I guess the only other thing is that Nixon's still president.
Yeah, but honestly, is that any worse than what we're currently facing?
Not really. So plus, I guess with everything, with things being changed to like, where the tension between like the U.S. and Russia had gone, then there's probably a good chance he would be voted out now, right?
Probably so, yeah.
So I think part of that was that they changed the laws for voting. For the presidential like tenure, so that we weren't changing leaders during this conflict.
Right, yeah.
So now we have a reason to change that.
So yeah, I mean, I see this as being pretty manageable.
Plus, it's a world where we did have heroes at one time.
Mm-hmm.
Which
and they would have to come back at some point, because the world needs that.
Right. But yeah, we did have heroes, and we lived in a world where there were heroes. I think that's kind of interesting.
Yeah.
So
yeah, that's pretty solid.
That was not bad. I could see living in that. That would not be horrible living under Ozymandias rule. I would not want to live under Dr. Manhattan rule.
God no.
It's like no, that'd be like that Futurama episode where Bender was God, and it was like no. It's like excuse me, I don't mean to complain, Dr. Manhattan, but you forgot to give us air again. I don't want to be that guy, but
you should have thought about that before becoming peasants. Yeah. What about Lex Luthor?
I would have no problem living under Lex Luthor's rule.
I mean, he's pretty tidy and organized about things.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not Batman, I'm not Superman, so I don't really have a problem with that. As long as I give him his due, and I don't have to fawn all over him, I just be like, yeah, Lex Luthor makes things run. The trains run on time. He's built these great buildings and stuff. I mean, I'm okay with it.
Yeah, I mean, as long as it's not like some 1984 bullshit, then yeah, I don't see that as being too much of a problem.
You never see Lex Luthor direct like his schemes at people.
Right.
Like he's never like I want to rule Metropolis and make the people do my bidding. And like, no, it's nothing ever like that. I would have no problem. I mean, hell, he was president for a while in DC. So I have no problem with like, being under Lex Luthor.
Okay, cool.
I would not, they're not a villain. Well, I guess technically they are, but I would not want to live under Amanda Waller.
God, no.
No.
God, no.
I like her at what she does with that thing, but no. No Amanda Waller for me.
No
Not
way in
at
hell.
all. And if she's, that's a good way of like, losing the presidential race. If you even put her as your vice president, like if she made it to the ticket at all, like, nope, I'm down. I'm out.
Yep.
Yeah,
She's terrifying.
Yes, she is.
There's not a lot of like DC villains that are straight up scary, but she is.
If you made her, like, if you gave her a cabinet position in the White House, like, put her in charge of, like, the military or something like that, yeah, okay. I'd be okay with that. But nope, nothing else.
I wouldn't want to live under Thanos, and by that I mean, like, comic Thanos, not movie Thanos.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I would not want to live under Thanos. Because
I don't think movie Thanos would ever want to rule.
No.
His whole thing was that he wanted to retire to a farm, and then, like, at the French diner across the street, he would see Master Bruce, and they would share a look, and it would be, like, raining. He'd be wearing his, like, off-white Nantucket jacket.
Yeah. It's like... Nebula was like, Thanos, I have a dream. So no, I wouldn't want to live under that. Okay, so...
How about Shredder?
I don't think I'd have a problem living under Shredder. I don't really know what his ultimate motivation is, but I would probably be a ninja, which would be kind of cool.
Probably, yeah.
I'd be like a ninja squared. So that'd be kind of cool.
Yeah, I mean, like, the only shit, like, in the 80s Fred Wolf cartoon, he was all about the world domination, but I mean, so I guess then you'd have the possibility of being mutated, but that's not always a bad thing.
Oh, yeah. Now that I would not want to do.
I guess that kind of depends, because you could turn out to be something pretty badass.
Yeah, but you could also turn out to be like Baxter Stockman.
Yeah, that's true, but then you can fly.
I don't give a shit about flying. If I eat by throwing up on shit and then sucking it back up. Plus, like, I can't watch anything without seeing, like, 20 other versions of it.
I don't know. I mean, like, that's the thing where it's like, at least you can negotiate with the Shredder where it's like, hey, man, I will do your bidding, just let me pick the animal.
Okay, so you already know how I feel about cybernetics.
Mm-hmm.
So instead of mutating me, make me a, like, cybernetic foot soldier. I'm down.
But then Donatello can reprogram you.
Well, I mean, I'm not going to be fully cybernetic, just like an arm or so. And if his arm's not behaving right, I'll just detach it. I'll give it a hard reboot. I mean, so, yeah. I mean, I'm not going to be stupid enough to let him put shit in my brain. I'm just saying, you can give me like an artificial arm or leg or here or there, that'd be cool.
Interesting, yeah.
I would feel a lot more comfortable with that than I would being mutated and who knows what all he's going to toss in there. He'd be like, hey, so, we're going to give him the armor of a beetle and the tail of a scorpion.
That would be so much cooler. I would absolutely do that if I could hybridize. I mean, my fear would be that, like, I don't think everything through because it's like, yeah, I want to be a silverback gorilla. Oh, yeah, they have really tiny dicks.
I was going to say, don't you already have a hard enough time getting laid? And just like, I'm just saying, I mean, and here's the other thing, too, that people, like, really forget about this kind of stuff is if you were, like, think about, like, Rocksteady and Bebop. So let's take Rocksteady. Let's see, he's got rhino skin.
Mm-hmm.
That's really tough. So, like, let's say you had like a nice girl, like she was really into that, right? Like you have like, she's not a furry, but she likes the whole like, animal thing and she, she's just sitting there just stroking your arm. She'd have to really put some massive pressure on there for you to feel that. I'm just saying, I mean, like that, so if you had like the beetle backed armor with the scorpion tail, like nothing is you can't feel that at all.
But I could hybridize with an octopus.
Dr. Tentacle, baby.
Dr. Tentacles.
Okay, now that would be kind of cool.
There we go.
Yeah, I could see that. Dr. Tentacles would be awesome.
There we go. Hey, baby, what's your hentai fantasy? So, yeah, there we go. And then, like, the 2003 4 Kids Turtles, Shredder, I don't know if he was too into world domination. He just wanted, like, a criminal empire. But then he was an Utrom, so maybe he did want to take over Earth?
Well, I definitely wouldn't want to live under the Utrons.
Yeah.
That would not be cool at all.
I mean, better them than, like, the Triceratons, though.
How do they feel about people?
they're just like ancient Rome, so they would just want to enslave people and make them fight.
Yeah. I probably wouldn't last very long in a gladiator game, especially against another, like a Triceraton.
Yeah.
So,
I don't know. I don't think in 2003, because they do have, like, stories where they travel to the future and see how fucked up everything is when Shredder rules, so probably wouldn't want to live under 2003 Shredder, and I don't really know the Nickelodeon run that well.
Shredder in there is kind of he was always a dick, but, you know, he's still focused primarily on the turtles and taking over and killing Splinter and all that. They do have a part where they go like into the future in the deep space, and then they end up coming back like at the time before they leave, and then they come back, but then they go
right.
Which is kind of cool. So I'm gonna shock you with my answer, my answer for this next one here. So I think I probably wouldn't have a problem living under Highfather. I mean, like, but he's not ruling. I mean, he's not a bad guy, so he's not really ruling. But it'd just be a matter of me living on New Genesis.
Right.
I kind of would like to know what it'd be like to live under Darkseid.
Interesting.
Just because, like, I'm very spoiled by everything that's going on with, you know, I live in a world where I've got all this technology and stuff, and, you know, like this whole weekend we've done nothing but eat out the whole weekend and watch cable TV and all that. So that whole thing, I'm spoiled by that. On Apocalypse, though, you don't have any of that.
Mm-hmm.
And you scrounge for what you have, like, only, like, the strongest survive, and, you know, and that's it. So part of me, it would be kind of curious to see, like, how well I would do in a world like that, because the good thing about it is if I am living, I'm strong, I'm a survivor. I'm strong, I'm fit, I'm capable, and there's something really, really rewarding about knowing that you are capable of X.
Mm-hmm.
So that is kind of intriguing to me.
Interesting.
Yeah, I would have to, you know, obviously strip myself of everything else. And we're talking about, you know, if we were living under them. So it's not like we were born under that. Like we're taken over, and like now it's like, hey, this is your new reality. Yeah. So I think that I would be curious about it.
Okay.
And yeah, that's
interesting. How would MODOK run things? Because he seems a little megalomaniacal.
Well, you have to remember what MODOK stands for, and I think that pretty much answers your question there.
Yeah, the mobile organism designed only for killing?
Yes. So
he'd be fine.
Well, you wouldn't live very long, but... Man.
Yeah, exactly. Joke's on you, MODOK. I'm into that shit. Finish me off. Do it, pussy.
So, yeah, I don't think I would learn to live. Plus, you know, MODOK's really stupid, too. MODOK is really stupid. I mean, he's intelligent to an extent, but yeah, he's really stupid. So that would not work out at all.
He has intelligence, but not wisdom.
Maybe like Mongol? Would I want to live under him? Probably not. He did destroy Coast City, so like life doesn't really mean that much to him. No, probably not him either.
Mr. Sinister?
Mr. Sinister. Yeah, you know what? Well, I don't think he's really interested in ruling the world.
Yeah.
Like he's more interested in, like, you know, kind of screwing with Apocalypse and like doing other things. Now, I probably could live under an Apocalypse run world.
I
mean,
what if it's a movie Apocalypse though?
No, not at all. Well, obviously he never would take over the world. He gets stopped because he's too damn stupid to know how to take over the world. And it was like, oh, this guy can change into different, like, pieces of furniture. I'm going to transfer my consciousness into him.
Yeah. No, I think like Comic Apocalypse I could probably do, yeah.
Yeah, I think I mean, the future the cable comes from it's kind of awful, but at the same time, it's not that bad. You know, you have I mean, I guess. I mean, I'm sure there's some good parts about it. You know, that we're not saying. I'm sure there are some good parts about it that we're not saying. So, can't think what else. What else would be other like? Joker? Nope. Not at all.
God, no.
No, Joker to rule the world. Not.
God, no.
Not interested.
How about Riddler though?
Riddler?
Yeah.
No. Because he'd do something stupid like, hey everyone, is like today all your cars are going to explode unless you can answer this riddle.
Yeah.
Like no, that would not interest me. I'd be like, I don't have time for this shit, dude. Like
But you
really,
get really good at riddles.
oh, you must be so damn bored. Like knock it off. So yeah, that would not interest me at all.
Let me throw out a weird one for you. Rita Repulsa.
What does she want to do?
I think she wants to take over the world.
But what would it look like if she did?
I don't know.
I mean, right, she wouldn't turn everybody into putties, right? Like, I mean...
No, she manufactures putties.
Right, so, like, what would she or Lord Zed do? Like, what would they do if they took over?
You know, I really don't know, like, what set of values they have.
Right. I don't think they know. I think that's why they get defeated all the time. Is because when they're on the verge of winning, they're like, okay, and so then we're going to... Shit, I really don't have a plan here. Like, I want to take over the world, and then when I take over the world, I'm going to... I was like, oh...
Step 3. Question mark.
I gotta think this out. Rita, should we kill the Power Rangers? No, power down. Just make it look like we lost power. You pull the plug. What? Just pull the plug. It'll be fine. Be fine.
By all accounts, it doesn't make sense.
Yeah. So I don't know. Okay, so not the world, but your area, like your particular village or whatever that you live in.
My junky little redneck town.
Well, I guess that's what you want to call it.
It's what it is. So you know.
Yzma.
Oh no, because.
Oh no.
I mean, like, I would love to be able to hang out with Kronk, and he seems like a really genuine dude, but, Yzma, like, her whole opening scene is it's no concern of mine if your people have food. You should have thought about that before becoming peasants, so, no.
Yeah.
Like, no, that's awful. At least somebody like Doom is like, I'm doing this for the good of humanity. He's not gonna fuck anybody. I would sooner live under the rule of Dwight than Yzma.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah, no, that'd be awful.
Yeah, I can't, I'm trying to think of who else would be someone interesting that would you want to live under them?
It's not really a super villain, but I'll throw it out there just because everybody already knows that I would do it, which is Tyler Durden.
Well, God, that's not much different than living under like Darkseid, really.
not so much.
But you got to scrap for everything that you're gonna. If like TV's gone,
yeah,
you know,
wearing leather clothes that last forever.
Yeah, except for you got to hunt him down, and yeah, I don't.
I think the biggest difference there is that if you have beef with somebody, you can actually just beat the shit out of them and have done with it.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, you're done. You guys have had it out. Let it go and walk away.
Well, here's the bad thing, though. Like, okay, so I come back home from, like, a late night out, you know, like, hunting deer, being in Fight Club, and then I gotta climb the wrist-thick kudzu vines to get to my apartment, which just happens to be on, like, the 5th floor. I'm like, oh, God. It's like, I'm sleeping in a park today. I just don't have the strength after all this to climb those vines up to my house.
I thought about this.
Everybody would be jockeying for first floor positions. Like, the penthouse would no longer be the thing. That's where all the poor people would live, in the penthouse. See, I had somebody I was going to ask you about, and then it escaped. Oh, okay. How about this one?
Okay.
Bane. So again, I don't think Bane's a world ruler, but if Bane took over, like, your country.
I'm trying to think about, like, when he took over Gotham, and, like, obviously not Dark Knight Rises Bane, because that was all just stupid.
Yeah.
But, like, when he took over Gotham in Nightfall, he pretty much just left people to their own devices and focused on the crime syndicate stuff. So, as long as I don't have anything to offer to the crime syndicates, they're not really going to give much of a shit about me. Okay. If I don't have anything of that much value, then it's not like they're going to have any reason to shake me down for protection money. So, you know, as long as I'm just living my life, you know, fixing their printers for them, I don't think I would suffer too much under that. Now, granted, I'd have a higher chance of getting mugged or whatever, but...
Yeah.
And whatever.
You could always become one of the Bane boys.
I could, yeah. It's like, why is he wearing a gimp mask? It's like, this is all they had! Halloween Town didn't have any more luchador masks. Just leave me the fuck alone.
When I get home, I'm going to paint it. I'm going to paint circles around the eyes, and I'm going to paint everything else like either purple or red. I haven't decided yet. I'm trying to think, who else would be something interesting? Okay, how about this? Sinestro. Sinestro takes over the planet. Would you want to live under Sinestro?
Probably not.
Yeah, no, not at all. He is a horrible dictator.
Yeah, it's a little bit much.
Been there, done that.
Let's see. I'm trying to think, like, none of the Spider-Man villains are really, like, dreaming of world conquest. I guess maybe Doc Ock. Don't think I'd really want that.
Yeah, I would agree. So I'm going to switch it up here.
Okay.
Because we were talking about villains, right? Because, like, we were under the impression that villains are always bad, that they have bad ideas and all that. But what would you want to live under the, let's say, the country is being ruled by Tony Stark? Would you want to live under a Tony Stark ruled country?
I'm going to say no, which is weird because I'm a big Tony Stark fanboy, but I'm going to say no.
And why are you saying no?
Because Tony went along with the whole thing in Civil War of basically sacrificing their privacy and accepting total government rule. And so that kind of tells me what his mindset is. He's going to want to monitor things and want to keep on top of people and really limit things. And as of right now, where he stands, not much of a problem. But if his values change, and if he suddenly decides, okay, well, people who do A, B, and C are a problem, and he starts sending out his hundreds and hundreds of suits, then, I mean, like, I'm not always going to be safe in that. Like, Tony's values are too prone to changing and too flaky for that to be, like, a safe bet, in my opinion.
See, that's my thing. I think Tony was full of hubris, and I would not want to live under a world run by him, because it would be too much of him thinking he's doing what's right, or thinking that he knows what people are doing and then screwing up.
Yep.
You know, it's like, oh, you all would be better. Like he would want to dictate what he thinks would be better for people instead of asking them. Right. In a sense, he would almost be like Doom, but like a shittier version of Doom.
Yeah. I think he'd be way too out of touch.
Yeah. So I think it's funny that, like I said, switching over from villains to heroes and be like, okay, so how would how do you think they would be any better? And like, no, not at all.
Yeah, no.
At least not in this case.
Well, like, Batman. I would not want to live under Batman.
I don't really know. I'm not sure if I have a problem living under Batman.
Well, I bring it up because there was a hypothetical story in a comic, and I have no idea which one it was. I only read the synopsis. I never read the story itself. But it was basically a what-if kind of thing showing what happens in the future. And in that world, everything Batman did was totalitarian. He manufactured a bunch of, like, patrol robots, and if somebody so much as jaywalked, the robots would just, like, brutalize them.
Well, he does that in Kingdom Come, in that future.
Okay.
Because
I for some reason I thought it was, like, a single issue kind of thing, but...
they don't go into a lot of detail, but he still has, because the batsuit that he wears has like a brace in it. So from when Bane broke his back, and as he's gotten older, it's gotten, I guess, worse. But he lives in the Batcave, doesn't leave the Batcave, and he has all these bat bots out patrolling Gotham.
Yeah, okay.
So in that case, I don't, they don't talk about, like, people jaywalking, but I don't think I would have a problem with that. Like, he's orchestrating the whole thing from there. He's watching over, doing the Bruce Wayne thing. But he's not dictating what people do. He's just keeping it crime free. Now, as long as he was doing that, or it's like he's in charge of my city or my state or something like that, maybe I'd be okay with that. The country, probably not. I think it would be way too big for him. And then, well, the other part is that he would never do it. Like, he would never take over the state. He would never take over the country, or would rule, I should say, rule them, because the only thing he ever cares about is Gotham.
Mm-hmm.
That brings up a really interesting question. What state is Gotham in?
I always thought it was New York, right?
I mean, that's what I would think, but I mean, I really don't know.
Metropolis is kind of established to be in New York, from what I understand.
Yeah, it's supposed to be like New York City.
Yeah.
But like what? I don't know what state is are these places in? I don't really know.
Hey Siri, what state is Gotham located in the Batman comics? I feel like such a fake fanboy. New Jersey. That explains so much.
That explains the crime rate.
That explains everything.
That explains why Jason Todd thinks that he could get away with stealing the tires off the Batmobile.
Can't have shit in Jersey.
Oh, so yeah, no. So yeah, he wouldn't care about anything like that. Like if he was in charge of the country, like the country would go to hell, Gotham would be the only place that you could live in that would be worthwhile. Yeah, I can't. I think that this hard thing about this is like I think Tony's the only person that really has ambitions or would have ambitions of wanting to rule the world.
Yeah,
where like none of the other heroes would. Like even Captain America was like, yeah, Captain America for president. No, not necessarily. You know. Like,
what about Thor?
Like living in maybe the like an Asgard.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe. I mean,
I don't think it would be too awful.
The only problem I would have with living on Asgard is like they would be like, hey, let's go out and let's go do this and let's go do that, and I'm like, yeah, okay, look, I'm human. Remember, let's just remember that. I'm like, I'm human. I mean, that would be a total death by snoo thing. It would be like,
I'd be fine with that.
So
great way to go.
That would kind of suck. But I mean, other than that, though, I think it would. God, I could not live under Thor rule because I'd just be a freaking alcoholic, man, just drinking mead and wine all the time. Eating huge like muttons, like legs of like steak or whatever it is they eat there.
The more I think about this, the more I want to do it. I actually really like mead. Mead is like delicious.
And then fighting all the time. So
this is sounding. I think I want in on this.
You don't want none of this, Acomi.
I think I want some.
But then you also have to fight, or you'd be a farmer.
I could learn how to fight.
So, well, I mean, you have to fight with them, fighting things that are like way stronger than you are.
Yeah, but they'd learn me. They'd teach me.
They'd still be way stronger than you are.
It's fine. Then I get the experience points and I level up.
I don't really. Yeah, do it, man. Just do it. Yeah. Yes. I'm sure it'll work out for you.
Yeah, totally. I'll be fine.
Yeah, I can't think of like what other place would I want to.
So I don't know like the image worlds quite as well, like because the world would never be taken over by the Max or by Mr. Sin.
Yeah, I can't think of anyone. Yeah, I honestly I don't know the worlds that much.
Well, I mean, Savage Dragon comes to mind, but I don't know those characters at all, so it's I can't have an intelligent conversation about that. Shadowhawk.
No.
Nope.
But I mean, he has no design on ruling the world. Plus, he doesn't have the ability. He doesn't have the strength. He doesn't have anything to really make that happen. So,
how about the Penguin?
God, no. He. Remember when he ran for like mayor of Gotham and he couldn't do anything about that? Like, I mean, no, it's just come on, no, not at all. Yeah, I can't think of anyone else. Like, I'm trying to think of these big people that was I could. Okay, what about this?
Superman.
No, I couldn't live under Superman rule.
I don't think I'd want to.
Yeah, his whole deal would just be. No, not at all. I just see him. He would be all good intentions and bad actions.
Yeah. Anyway, sorry to have interrupted you there.
No, I was gonna say a Shaz, but I can't think of what it was now.
I really fucked it. Sorry.
No, it's okay. I was gonna say, what about like an alien race?
Ah.
So like the Kree. What if the Kree came down and we're gonna take over the Earth?
That seems like Asgard, but not as fun. Right?
Yeah, I would probably say
Like all the fighting, but none of the partying and hot women and steak and mead.
I kind of feel like that would just be enslavement. Like the
Yeah.
Kree thing would just be enslavement.
Yeah, just slavery with extra steps. So,
Exactly.
Yeah, no, not into that.
I could definitely go with if the Shi'ar took over, had no problem with that. I could live under Shi'ar rule, definitely.
Yeah, I don't think that'd be insane. Maybe the Toadmen from Hulk issue 2.
What?
They're great.
Not the Skrulls.
No, not the Skrulls. Skrulls suck.
They'd just be dicks. Be like, say, hey, guess what? You thought that you were dating me, but like, I went out with you the first night, like disguised as her, and then you went out with him the next night disguised as her, and then her, and then him. It's like, and that girl that you were so in love with, she didn't even exist. We made her up. Like, you guys are dicks.
Yeah.
I liked you better when you were cows.
Yeah, no, definitely not them. What other alien races really stand out, though?
What about the Thanagarians?
Remind me.
Hawkman's people.
Huh. That would be too bad.
Yeah, you go for that?
Maybe? I don't know. I don't know them as well as I'm thinking.
Nobody knows Thanagarians very well. That's why Hawkman can never carry his own comic book. He lasts for like 20 issues and then dies. No, yeah, I can't really think of anyone else either. Like it's like most of the alien races in DC are all jerkos because they all come there to enslave in some fashion. You have like one or two that are okay. Okay. How about this? Vril Dox.
Them I don't know.
No, Vril Dox, the guy from Legion 98, the one that subdued Lobo.
I don't know this. Oh, wait. Yeah, that guy. No, he's a jerk.
But he's he's a brainiac.
He's all like Law and Order and all that jazz, but no, he's insufferable. I mean, maybe just because I've only seen him in the Lobo comics, but he always comes across as kind of an ass.
Yeah, well, he is super smart.
Yeah.
Okay, here's the one, and I already know the answer is going to be with this one, but Brainiac.
I think it would be a little too totalitarian.
Well, I think that we just wouldn't like live. He'd be like, "Nope, sorry."
You guys make podcasts, okay?
I think it would just downloading like all your consciousness into like a computer program. Be like, okay, I no longer need your flesh. I know I got everything I need to know about you.
I'd be an awful computer program.
Yeah, I'd be like Clue.
I mean, I would pretty much just end all of like their search results with "shove it up your ass."
What? Wow, that'd be the only thing I would use. Like, I'm sorry, I couldn't do my homework. Well, didn't you like Google? Well, no, I used Acomi.
It's like, yeah, no, I did this search for what year did Napoleon like start his military actions, and the only search result I got was "shove it up your ass." So
there you go. So homework done.
Acomi fucked my homework.
Hold it out. Drop the pencil.
Yeah, I could be like the Siri of Brainiac's world.
Yeah, you would not last very long.
Hey, Acomi.
Hey, Acomi.
Hey, Acomi. Look up the number to Domino's Pizza. It's like, yeah, look it up yourself, dumbass. What do I fucking work in this phone?
I can see you be like, didn't you order pizza last week? Yeah. Well, then you don't remember the number from last week? Okay, I guess you just don't deserve pizza then.
Well, maybe you can just jog your fat ass there yourself. I don't
know. So yeah, that I could see that being.
Yeah, so I'd be content with that, but I would not thrive in that world.
Because I mean, you would be such an ass as you would be such an ass if you were a search engine. You're like, okay, I was like, I really got to find out this. Okay, you get in front of the thing. It's like, what are the signs of a heart attack? No, I will not go to Pornhub again. Like, what? That's not what I was saying. Like, why are the speakers on? Why is this thing talking to me?
A little more granny porn, huh? Yeah. Yeah, you're a real sick freak, aren't you?
And then, knowing you would turn on like my Alexa in the middle of the night while I'm like sleeping, just saying things in the middle of the night. And I was like, that would be horrible. You know, I'd be ordering shit in the middle of the night like I don't need. You know, it's like, why do I have a blow up doll and like a 6-gallon jar of mayonnaise? Like, what the hell? It's like, I didn't order this.
A pair of nunchucks, a rubber chicken, and a tuba. What?
I'm like, Acomi. And it's like, did you order? It's like, oh, sorry, 404.
Yeah, I'm in the middle of an update right now. You should ask me later.
I sure as hell wouldn't Acomi myself. I'm like, I'm going to just go ahead and check out, see what Turk182 on Acomi is.
Because the only two search results are either going to be, fuck this person, or 10 out of 10 would bang. So, Acomi has 2 modes, so...
You'd be like, yeah, you would have on there, it'd be like, it'd be like 5 stars, Turk182, like 3,000, like 3,000 reviewers. But like, and like, what? Like, no, like, no, that's horrible. Like, what? Like, damn you, Acomi! When people try to shut you down, you would just redirect them to something else, like Google or Bing. We finally shut down Acomi. Wrong, bitches.
That's the thing. It's like if you Google Google stuff for like information on suicide prevention or whatever, they actually provide help, and then Bing actually provides methods for it. I think that's pretty much how it would be with Acomi.
Are you serious?
Yeah. That's like the joke, is if you Google like how to commit suicide, then it'll like immediately top result will be like suicide help hotline, and then if you do it into Bing, it'll just be like shotgun is most effective. that was the meme for a long time.
Wow.
Yeah.
I can see if it would say like, okay, here's what you don't want to do. You don't want to take the gun, put the bullets in the gun, right? These are all things you don't want to do, because if you do those things, that's the spectrum that you're trying to avoid. Don't go buy a big vat of acid. Don't jump in it.
There's toxic waste on every street corner in New York.
Yes.
I could like hold people's photo cloud, like their data clouds hostage. It's like, oh no, gotta send a nude first.
Oh, you know what we should do? We should do a in like one of our like zines or something like that. Be like a New York, like toxic waste barrel, like rating, like the number of dead rats, like, like the best one is like located here on like the corner of like 5th and Broadway. Like this one here will just kill you. This one will mutate you. It's like, this one will turn you from a hockey mask wearing freak back into a little boy. This one flushes through the sewer every night.
It's the fountain of youth.
This one only works if you're carrying a mop and wearing a tutu.
Oh, Toxie.
So, yeah, yeah, but you know what? You would actually be, you would be horrible, because we would end up inventing Skynet just to get rid of you.
I can see that.
Only the V at the end is like, yes, the robots are coming. It's all over. But we got rid of Acomi. And they're like, and then like Arnold would show up and they're like, dun, 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 dun. Wrong, bitches. I am Acomi. And I'm like, no! That's how it would end. Like, I would fall down on my knees with my hands raised to the sky, and the camera would slowly pull away towards the heavens. Like, no! Dun, 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 dun.
God, I would make a terrible Terminator. Like walking around, I'm looking for Sarah Connor, and I finally catch up with her. I'm like, "Oh, hey, baby, what you doing later?"
No. See, I'm living flesh over endoskeleton.
I mean, I'm a robot, but I can learn to love.
You can reprogram me. So, And then like a year later, you're sitting there on the couch, you're all fat. And like, I didn't know robots could get fat. Hey, babe. It's like, come on, man. Season 2 of BattleBot's about to start.
Did you pick up any more fruit roll-ups? I've been craving some fruit roll-ups.
Don't you have some terminating to do today? God! We're back on that again? Remember, if I was doing my job, you'd be dead, right? It's like, so what do you want me to do? You want me to kill you and go to work? Huh? Is that what? Or you want me to sit here and watch some BattleBots?
Jesus Christ, a little bit of gratitude would be nice.
Just never happy. You're never happy.
We need to make this movie happen.
So yeah, you would be horrible. I definitely don't want to live under you at all. And we already know what happened if I ruled the world.
You've already made me promise several times to kill you before that ever happens.
Yes,
so
that is true. That is true.
So yes, we already know how that's going to go down.
So there you have it. But see, the thing is though, I think that if you have to double think it, right? Because like if my foresight is like, I don't think I'd be able to do this, like do it well, you need to take this action, then that probably shows that, hey, wait a minute, maybe he would actually be good, because he's already telling us that I probably wouldn't be good.
That's exactly what a psychotic dictator would say, Turk.
Damn it. Curses. Wait. Did you catch on because I was twirling my mustache? We should have done this. We should have done this remotely. Then you wouldn't have known. Damn it. I keep forgetting now. Like the things I do, you can see.
You said you would say all this. So. Said you would definitely say that. So yeah. So it's let's see where we're at for time. We're at 50 minutes, so a little bit of a short one, but I'd say we can call this an episode.
I don't think that's short at all, but yes. Yeah, so I think that what did we settle on there? I said dark side and
yeah, and whoever the first one was, I said I was totally down with. Oh yeah, Ozymandias.
Yeah, so dark side and Ozymandias.
Yep.
Doom only if I had to. Only if I had to.
Yeah.
But everyone else, it would be a hard no.
Yep.
Hard no. So, yep, not bad.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep. This was fun.
Yeah, it wasn't bad. Yeah, and for the most part, we stayed on topic.
By and large,
that's a plus for us. Yay, we're good hosts. Tommy likey. Tommy want wingy.
So yeah, well, thanks for giving us a listen, folks. Check out some of our other stuff sometime.
Yep. And you can find me here. Well, not here, but you can find me on Twitter at Acomi. No, wait, I'm sorry, that's you. You can find me on Twitter at Turk182_KE.
Yep, and you can find me on pretty much any social media platform under Acomi Draws.
Yeah. Check out some of our other episodes of Our Moms Think We're Funny, and our Let's Watches, and our You Shouldn't Watch, You Should Watch, and our what else we got going on? And you can also find me on the other podcast, In the Gutters, that I host with Wallcrawler1 and occasionally Acomi.
Yep.
I think you'll be coming back soon.
Hopefully, yeah.
Because we talked about this season 2, and we never really put any plans towards it. But I know we're definitely. I think the plans are we definitely need to do it this year. Is our Watchmen breakdown?
Oh yeah.
And I think our plan was, or we talked about doing part of it on Our Moms Think We're Funny and doing a couple of them on In the Gutters.
I think so. Yeah. So yeah, I'm still working my way through Watchmen.
Really? Still?
Yeah. I suck.
Just watch the motion comic, man. The only thing the motion comic doesn't have in it are the Rorschach case file, the excerpts from Under the Hood, but I mean, you can just read all those afterwards. You can just read all those together afterwards. But it has everything else. It's well done. It's well. I mean, for one person doing all the voices, it's very well voice acted. And it even has all the stuff, the Tales from the Black Freighter stuff. That's all in it too.
Yeah, I might.
Yeah.
I need to just crack down and read it.
But yeah,
I would do it if it were voiced by the guy who does Clayface.
Alan Tudyk.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Dan, do you really think we should break Rorschach out of prison?
It's like, Chad.
Chad. But yeah, so keep in, stay tuned for all that stuff.
Yep.
Right.
And again, don't forget that we may be going to the con in Roanoke, Virginia, the Big Leg Con, which is at the end. I think it's October 1st, October 31st, November 1st. So we may be there. And we are set still to go to GalaxyCon Raleigh in December. Yep. So as long as that's still going, we will be there, and that should be a lot of fun. Mm-hmm. I'm not quite sure what it's going to look like, but I've been aching for a con so bad. I mean, I don't care if I got to go in a damn hazmat suit, carrying a walkie. See, that'd be a great cosplay costume.
That could be pretty
hazmat
fun.
Suit with a Walkman playing Van Halen.
Oh yeah.
I mean, you're covered, dude.
Darth
That's
Vader.
It. Yep. From the planet Vulcan. So, yeah, I mean, I just have to say this. I think that this is a prime opportunity for people, that to really rethink and come up with some really creative cosplays, that will protect you and protect everyone else around you.
Yeah.
That's not Winter Soldier and Bane. And so
everybody's going to do Winter Soldier and Bane.
Right. I mean, hey, if you want to do Immortan Joe? Immortan Joe would be a great costume.
Mm-hmm.
Because you've already got the face mask on, the hoses and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, Mr. Freeze. Mr. Freeze would be good.
Yep.
You could even go as like not Ash, but what's his name? Crap. You know what I'm thinking of, right?
Not right off, no.
Oh, shit.
But, I mean, you guys could be a lot of Mortal Kombat ninjas.
It's true. You could be. I can't. I don't know why. It's been a horrible, horrible memory weekend, though. Kane. You could go as Kane from Alien with the facehugger on your face.
Yep.
See, look at this. These things, they're just coming out from everywhere. So, yeah, you could do all of that stuff. It'd just be so awesome. It'd be perfect.
We're going to see a lot of Plague Doctors, too.
Yeah, well, I think we will see a lot of Plague Doctors. But I mean, still, man, it'd be great time for, to come up with something new, something creative, to be so super sweet. But yeah, we will be there. Like I said, I'm looking forward to it. I'm excited. I haven't been to a con in a while, so I'm kind of itching. Got the con itch.
Yep.
I'm just like, come on, baby. I just need like a dollar box. Just an autograph or something. Come on. I need some original fan art. I need some stolen fan art. Come on, man. I just need it.
Yeah, if I don't buy a swiped print pretty soon, I'm going to lose my mind.
I need it, baby. So, yeah. But, yeah, you can find us doing all that stuff and doing more stuff here and just having a good old time.
Yeah. And back my Kickstarter for the Acomi phone helper.
Acomi phone helper when you need help. How's your logo go? Your song?
I don't know.
Okay, that's great. All right.
Bye.
Bye, everyone. You were supposed to ask me a question, but you didn't.
Oh, I totally forgot.
No, it's too late.
We can fit it in. No, we can fit it in.
It's too late.
No, we can fit it in.
Because you're not going to edit it. You're not going to edit it.
No, I'll edit
it's
it.
just going to come on. No, you're a liar.
No.
I don't believe you anymore. I don't.
No, because I never tell you that I'll edit it and then don't. I always tell you straight up that I'm not going to edit it.
No good. I've known too many Spaniards. No, it's cool. You were just going to ask a question. I'd be like, that Acomi is the right question. Program terminate. And that was going to be like the last thing.
Oh.
See, but it's okay though.
Sorry.
No, it's all right. But we can keep all this part in though, because that was just funny.
Sure. Okay.
Except for the part where I just said, let's keep all this in because that was funny, because that just makes it seem really lame.
No, I'll keep that in.
I knew you would. I'll edit it out.
Did you hear what happened?
All right there, folks. That was Our Moms Think We're Funny. Let's give them a hand.